What's the crack, lads? Welcome back to the Kansas City Royals franchise here on MLB The Show 23. I'm DFG. And the Royals have gotten past the All Star break, and it's pretty much fair to say that we are indeed a team that are going to be sellers at the trade deadline. And we've made some moves already, but I think it's time for us to really trade away some of our players here that we don't see a future at the club for. Um, there are plenty of players that are on this team that we could trade, and if we look through a lot of the teams here, maybe we could find a team who are looking for some players here to boost their squad as they make that playoff push. You can see up in the top right which of those some of those teams. One of the players I was really looking at trying to trade was Nicky Lopez. At 29 years old, he's only 72 overall. He does have B potential, but he's just not getting any better. His contact has been going down, and it's really not something that's I think we can do better. We have third basemen in the organization, such as Caden Wallace, who can take over his spot. Though he's struggled down in the minors, so Caden Wallace probably won't be up anytime soon. But Lopez, I just think we can let him go. Jason Vosler's also there. He's a bit older, but we have players in the organization because we drafted some third basemen as well in the draft. So getting rid of Nicky Lopez and finding a team for him might be a good idea. And the team that I was actually looking at was the Yankees. They were a team who really had some third baseman issues, and it really would come down to what they offer us. So what I've seen from them there, my favorite one would be Walter Watanabe. B potential 60 overall. At 22 years of age is quite low, but I do think if you gave him time, he might be able to do something. I suppose the biggest issue with Watanabe is simply, you know, if you look at his repertoire, there's not much there. Um, but he's had a good year down in Double A, so he will progress. It's just I guess he's got a lot of movement on his pitches because he hasn't got the velocity. Then again, I suppose that might rise with him as he gets better. But at 22 years of age, I'd like him to be a little bit further along. Another player I was looking at was Elijah Green, though, as someone who's 20 years old already at 71 overall and P potential. That's not really fair on the Yankees. Like, he's a top quality prospect. Now, he's not, Jansen Dominguez is who they have at center field at the moment, but he's still a very highly, high potential player who's got good overall. He would be, fishing for a much bigger player. So I don't, Nicky Lopez isn't a good trade for that. And in that way, I guess it's not like, as I said, Jansen Dominguez is in the Yankees organization, but they expect more if we want to try and get Elijah Green. And Dominguez is doing well at the majors as well. So Elijah Green has done poorly. He's done excellently at AAA, though. Well, not excellently. That was actually his on base percentage was 320. 260 is not bad though. Maybe we will have to go and find someone else. I suppose it depends on who you want to add, or if you want to add anybody. And bringing in Elijah Green doesn't really help us because we've got Gavin Cross, who's in a similar and close overall as well. So maybe you just go for a different team. Seen the Brewers might be able to give us someone here. I'm not quite sure who they go. Ralph McMillan, a 22-year-old B potential pitcher. That's not too bad. He might be a decent trade offer. Still low enough overall. But this is kind of the same as Watanabe. At 22 years of age, how much more improvement can you do? You're gonna have to do a lot of improvement in like a 4 year period. So maybe we just try for someone else. Maybe someone like a relief pitcher. I do like Macmillan. I do think he's got a lot going for him. Like his hits, he's kind of very all round skill set. Speaking of relief pitching, Robbie Bain is a lot more workable. 63 overall, 23 years of age. Like within a year, or maybe 2 or 3 years, I could see him being like a 72 to 75 overall. Really good K per nine rate. Hits per nine pretty good. Still struggling with walks and home runs. Robbie Bain might be the guy we go with here. We do have Ray Castilla, who's 30 years of age, B potential. So basically, we would just be bringing in a younger version of him. We could do this straight up. Bain for Lopez. At third base, they are looking for a third baseman. They have Urias, so there is a slight interest from them. I mean, do you try and add Aroldis Chapman to this? He's not had a great season. He's declining, but the Brewers are going for the playoffs, and you add, another veteran arm to that bullpen. Guy I kind of looked at here that I like the way he's developing is Eduardo Garcia, a shortstop, 21 years of age. We have Michael Garcia, but I haven't been overly impressed by him. And Eduardo Garcia is younger and probably gives you that same defensive upside. I mean, you could also go for Eric Brown. He's a little bit too high overall for me. I think Eduardo Garcia would probably be a better offer. Honestly, I'd be fine with going for this, giving them Ray Castilla, an older, but still could possibly develop pitcher and a veteran bullpen arm, and the Brewers are going to accept it. So with Chapman gone now, you kind of have to bring up one of your AAA relievers to see what we do with that. For me, Derek McGee is the guy I would want to bring up. He's got the stats. He looks really good strikeout rate. Home run and hits rate, pretty good. He's also got decent stamina, to be fair to him as well. So he could go multiple innings. And he's been pretty good, like really good down in AAA. I wouldn't mind bringing Derek McGee up to see what he is. Because at D potential, how much better is he going to get? I can understand Bobby Ostrander would be a guy too, but he's that little bit lower. In terms of, he probably has a higher ceiling. Speaking of Garcia, I talked about it earlier. We've got our own Garcia that we can now trade. And if we can find a team who would be good for him, he could go. The Guardians have actually a few players I would actually be interested in taking. Tyler Freeman, a third baseman. We just got rid of our third baseman, but bringing in Tyler Freeman, a young third base prospect, that's pretty much what Michael Garcia is. Young, got potential. Freeman has more potential, but the only thing the Guardians are looking for is a shortstop. And they would do this trade straight up. I think I'm okay with that. And they are too, so we're after making 2 trades for, I suppose you could call them prospects. Connor Hollis is another guy we have. We could try him at the major league level as well. So he's going to get a go as a try as well. At 29 years of age, a potential. You have to see where he's at. Going back to the relief pitching, we do need a relief pitcher, so we will probably have to make a free agent signing. But Derek McGee is probably my best bet. I was talking about Bobby Ostrander earlier, but I think he has a higher ceiling. Amir Garrett's had a really poor season at the majors and in AAA. I think this is probably going to be his final year. While Derek McGee is an unknown entity who's young, and I made a mistake in him earlier. I think he was drafted last year, but he's going to get his shot. Now we need to get another minor league pitcher. So give me like a younger guy. Jake Higginbotham can come in. He's 28 years old. And we're going to play LA in our game here today. However, we've got some signings to make. Their draft signings can be made. We still haven't seen most of their statistics, so we'll start sending them contracts. Declined by Urban, so that's not a good start. Maybe try and get him for a good price, but no, that's going to be declined as well. I'd like to bring in Grant, a third baseman, and he will sign, so that's one of our 6. Danny Graham, a relief pitcher, he will also sign with the Royals on a very low bonus demand, or a very low bonus. So only 2 of them would sign, and there's a few other ones that don't have high enough interest yet, so they'll be offered next. So as I said, we will play the Angels here today and see how we get on. Here are the starting lineups, as we have Noah Syndergaard on the mound. They have Reed Detmers, 4.91 ERA, 1-1 record, or 8-8 record, excuse me. I said 1-1, but that's not right. But he will take the mound first as we face off against the Angels here today. Vinny Pasquantino gonna lead off for us, and Tyler Freeman will indeed make his debut as Pasquantino gets a hold of one, right center field gap, and it is out of here. First man up, hits one out of the park, 392 feet. Vinny Pasquantino gets home run number 15 to give us an early lead against the Angels. Grichuk is up next. He's 1-2 now after a very good start. The slider down and in gets him. 1-2 now for Pollock. As he can't catch up with the high fastball, he will also go down. 2-2. Salvador Perez takes the high fastball. And now the count is full. The pitch 16, and it's right down the middle. And now it's time for us to pitch. Noah Syndergaard turning his year around after a really rough beginning to his run as a Kansas City Royal, but he's turned it around. 3.73 ERA, whip at 1.17. I think he's done well. Joey Wendell will lead off for the Angels. The Angels actually are in the playoff hunt this year, and we are certainly not. But for us to go up one up here early would be pretty good. Nice sinker there. 38-53. So with us, obviously not, going for the playoffs here, it's very obvious that we're not. We probably more than likely will be fast forwarding a lot quicker through the season after we get through this video here. So expect a lot of simulating coming up. One down here for Syndergaard as Fletcher fouls that one off, and another one. That's a good slider from Syndergaard. His placement on his pitches has been very good. His control has been really nice. That one's not perfect, but it will get out to Melendez, and that's 2 down here in the first for Syndergaard. Now Trout, and ooh, that one you got away with. Just high on that center. Trout nearly made you pay for it. That's probably his worst pitch so far as a circle change gets fouled off. And gets him with the 4-seamer inside. That'll end the first. Here's Tyler Freeman for his first ever at-bat for the Kansas City Royals. 1 down here in the second as a sweeping curve. Yeah, goes through the bat of Tyler Freeman there. Good swing timing. Just wasn't able to make contact. Makes contact on this one, which is outside the zone. He'll ground to first, and that'll be his first at-bat for the Royals done with. And Vosler is going to Have an infield fly. And that will bring us to the bottom of the second. Oh, that slurve is just low. These are competitive pitches for Syndergaard. You don't mind him missing. But that slider's in there. Hunter Renfroe goes down looking. Ooh, nice fastball inside by Syndergaard. Doc Pederson, 251 average. And he's going to get him with the slider low. That'll end the second. Back around for the Royals now as we've got 2 down and strikes out swinging. Nice sinker. Catches on the inside. 0-2 now. And did he go? Yes, he did. Noah Syndergaard gets another strikeout here to get 2 down. Evan Biggio grounds it to Massey at second. And that'll end the third. Now the count is full. 3-2 for AJ Pollock. Salvi on deck. El Capitan. And look to get decent contact on this, but an extraordinary play made out there in right center field. And he's out. And that will be a strikeout, but he puts him off the bag. And Perez will reach on an error from the catcher. Nice contact there, but caught by the left fielder. Now to the bottom of the fourth. Ooh, nice circle change to get Joey Wendell there. That's number 5 for Syndergaard. I wouldn't say he's known for his strikeout stuff, Syndergaard, but having a good day today so far. He's got 46 pitches. That's another nice pitch. Probably a little bit more, wanted a little bit more up and in there, but nonetheless, that slurve, difficult to hit. Right down low in the zone, another really good pitch. And now Fletcher, and the slider is low and away. He'll take that one. Now 2-2, and we'll fly out to Pollock in the left field. Trout makes good contact, but that will give Pollock 2 outs in a row, and we're now on to the 5th. Oh, God, come on. You got to hit that one. Now to the bottom of the 5th. And this looks to be the first hit of the day for the Angels. Hunter Renfroe will make it a stand-up double. Actually, think he did slide in there, but that's a double. Pederson 0-2 now. And the circle change is called. Strike 3. And number 6 for Syndergaard. Rory's going to get one down here. Pollock cuts it off, but it's going to be enough. And the Angels will draw a level on a Brandon Drury single. Sassy, did he go? Yes, he did! End of the 5th. As the Angels draw level. And Grichuk can't catch up with the fastball. That'll end the top of the 6th. Biggio smashes one to left field. Doesn't have enough legs to get out of the park. But Biggio's got speed. Already at second. Maybe going for 3. I thought he was going to go. He didn't. But that's a double. And Wendell strikes out on the loose sinker. One went foul for Fletcher. And Fletcher will get one through. Biggio rounds third and will get in to give the Angels the lead. And now Syndergaard having some trouble in the 6th as he walks Renfroe. but we'll come back to get a ground ball on Taylor Ward. And that'll end the 6th. 3-1 for AJ Pollock now. 71 pitchers for Reed Detmers. Both pitchers have put in a good game here today. Syndergaard only really struggling in the last inning there as Pollock gets a good hit with good play by the shortstop to make sure it doesn't go any further. David Fletcher out there. And Melendez made some good contact here today, but can't find any grass as that's a competent center fielder. Syndergaard will do all he can for today as we get Derek McGee up for his first ever MLB game here. His debut begins here today as he was just brought up, and we will see how he gets on here today. First pitch is a strike, and the second one is hit quite well, but Pollock should be able to get there, and indeed he does. 1 out for McGee. 2 pitches in. Drury should have made him pay. That was middle on that fastball, but gets away with it. Chases the low one there, and that'll be 2. Ground out. Max Stassi now is going to fly out to center field. 3 up, 3 down for Derek McGee on very few pitches. The Angels will also go to their bullpen as Jimmy Herget comes out here. 21 innings, 4.29 ERA. And he will get out of the 8th. Bobby Witt Jr. will strike out. McGee is going to stay in for this one because Cavan Biggio hit us hard earlier, but McGee is fresh. Only 5 pitches in the first inning. Made a really good start to his MLB career there. Another hard hit the ball there from Cavan Biggio, though, as Grichuk will stop it and keep him to a single. Gives up his first hit, but that's grounded to first, and Vosler at first base makes an excellent double play. And McGee, now on 10 pitches, now on 11 pitches, might just get through 2 innings here. Indeed he will. Very impressive by the young reliever. As we head into the 9th, we need at least a run. They're going to go to their closer, Dylan Floro. 25-27 this year, 1.8 ERA. Righties definitely struggling against them. Bringing in Yasmani Grandal here. As Michael Massey hasn't done particularly well so far, as he will be the man we replace. And Grandal is going to strike out. So 1 down for Floro here in the 9th. Pasquantino is up next as he fouls that first ball off, a sinker outside. Pasquantino's got power. We saw him hit for a home run earlier, but it's our only hit of the day, and that might be his second of the day. Vinny Pasquantino gets his second, this time only a single. The only man to find green in the Royals here today. Grichuk can catch up. Or actually, sorry, swung early on a circle change low. But won't be fooled on the uncompetitive fastball on the outside. 1-2 now for Grichuk. 0-3. Haven't gone well with Grichuk. Another ball outside. That's sinker. But struggles to really get anything with Grichuk. I don't think I've actually got a hit with him. And now we're full. Slider low. What can Grichuk do here? What will Flora give him? It's a high fastball and no play able to be made as it goes into crowd and foul territory. And the slider up high catches the corner on the outside, but it'll be called a ball, and now we've got 2 on in the 9th. 1-2. One down. AJ Pollock strikes out on the circle change. All we need is a hit. And we draw level. Of all the people you'd want to be in this situation right now, it would be Salvador Perez. A veteran, known for his offensive capabilities. Former former MVP, I believe. Maybe it was a postseason. I'm not 100% sure, as Perez is going to ground to the shortstop. And the Angels will indeed win. A team going for the playoff is able to scrape out a victory here against us. We put up a good fight here today. Our pitching was really, really good. If we can have that kind of pitching from our starters and bullpen in the future, we're going to be really good. But unfortunately, it wasn't enough here today. Syndergaard did really well. 6 innings, 8 strikeouts. Pretty perfect. However, that's all we have time for here today. In our next video, we will probably be simulating all through July and probably all through August as well, to really kind of wrap up this season. We're probably out of the playoff race now, and I think it's time for us to move along this season a little bit more quickly. But that's all we have time for here today. I hope you enjoyed. And if you did, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out, guys.